I mean, look at it this way. If Waco was like, hey, if we demonize people enough and call them psychopaths in the media, I mean, and we kill them, then, and if people accept that, then that's phase one, pretty much. Oklahoma City bombing was like, hey, who are people going to listen to, the official government story or experts? and
People are starting to wisen up, though.
and now it's like, okay, that's good. So now 9/11. You just go. I mean, how long have they been at war for nothing?
What Oklahoma bombing?
Like that's why there's an epidemic of suicide for the military people coming home. I mean, they're going to fight for their apparent freedom, and they come back to a police state. Fuck, man. And then people don't even listen to the troops. They want Ron Paul, and they're not even like, they don't even give a shit. They're like, oh, troops, they're savages. Something like that. Oh man, they support the troops with the little fucking sticker decal, but they won't take the time to listen. Fuck. Point is, like, whatever you think about 9/11, they had prior knowledge, so they could have prevented it. Chances are it was a Mossad operation, but apparently Israel had a lot to do with it. But it's kind of
Okay, so
besides the
ever
point.
since then, America has had its troops in Iraq and stuff.
For absolutely a false flag operation.
It's just a rock. It's just a rock. Relax, guys.
Yeah, rocks is firing
Yeah,
at
that
you.
was scary.
That's a rock, and they explode. Me and Chuck and Simon have gone over this a million times.
It's not rocks. Fire's
Wait,
fighting.
Ryan, give me the key.
Fuck, man. I mean, read Confessions of an Economic Hitman, man. It's really good. I can lend it to you. I just finished reading it. I mean,
Conspiracies, though. Like, I don't want to turn into one of those people.
it's just scientific. It's like look at architects and engineers for 9/11 truth. It's literally like hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of or maybe thousands of fucking. Literally thousands of
It's too
over
wild.
1,000.
It's too wild to actually believe that a government that,
How is it
especially
too
America,
wild?
especially America,
What do you mean?
one that is so
Especially America.
proud of itself. Like, America is so, like, patriotic, would kill so many of its own people just to get some money. Like, I know you, like,
Well, I
not
mean,
that
you conspiracists
the
love
end
to
game-
think that they don't care about their own people.
the end game is for increased security.
Go ahead, dirty my hands on.
As we've been warned before, as we've been warned,
I told you that a million times.
I mean, as we've been warned before, like if there's an increased need for security, then it's going to be a means to increase power, centralized power. And that's just to get more control and lose our civil liberties of the individual and lose our civil liberties, like, as people and shit like that. It's just like, hey, we gotta have TSA, go up in your genitals at the airport. Like, Dad goes to the States all the time.
but
Like,
think
I
of
feel
this.
bad for this guy.
What I was saying before, all these American troops in Iraq and whatever, all these, you've heard of all these bombings and stuff that have been happening, all these terrorist attacks on these American troops. Why are these happening ever since that happened? You think that those are happening because these people saw it happen in the news and they're like,
Well-
we had nothing to do with that.
Well, I mean,
Let's
look at
bomb
it-
them
look
some
at it
more
this
to prove
way.
them wrong.
Look at it this way. I mean, there's nothing more degrading than a foreign occupation. I mean, like, let's say we're our own
Yeah, but
country.
think about it. They're just like, we're degraded by this, but we had nothing to do with those bombings. Let's prove them wrong
Let's
by
get-
bombing them more.
Well, here's the thing. Like, why would you? Let's say like someone came and started bombing. They bombed your work so you don't have a place to work, and then they shoot up, some of your family members or something like that. They kill some of your family members. Another side, it's people that you knew. Like, let's say like you knew these Iraqi people. Let's say you were let's say they were your family. You know what I mean? Let's say it was like another part of Canada or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, let's say it was people like taking away like our rights. Let's say it was like America coming over here and saying what's what. You know?
Okay, well, this is what I think.
If America did that to us and started
If-
bombing our
if
shit,
another country came to my country,
you don't
saying,
even know
you
the-
bombed my country, so we're gonna stay in your country to keep peace.
dude,
We-
the side effects of all the depleted uranium in the shells over there are fucking making all their newborn kids like deformed. Like,
The fucking
You see-
soldiers?
That's news
soldiers,
from like the
not the
50s.
soldiers.
no, like the civilians, like
Yeah, okay.
the people who are actually
Nah,
like living
that's
there.
I
that
believe.
that shit.
That is.
Depleted uranium.
Not the fucking soldiers.
Well, they're around that depleted uranium all the time, so that's
Exactly. Also,
fucking up their
they
genetics
definitely
at some
have
point.
They should have some sort of reaction to that shit as well. You know,
Fuck.
You never really know.
Shit.
Like there's tons of shit. Like they still have to go through psychiatric help, but they just don't feel they need it. They don't feel they want to do it because it's too much work, too much money.
PTSD. I mean, like the one
They
cure.
get shit paid for it, but they don't.
There's
I don't know, they feel too shitty about it. They just gotta-
What?
I don't know.
Yo, if you got
Shit, I'm fucked up.
PTSD and shit like that, like that's fucked.
LSD?
PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Like cannabis,
Close enough.
cannabis helps. Cannabis actually helps. Like medicinal marijuana and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like that shit actually
Yeah,
helps.
that's
But
what it does.
obviously, like they're making patients go to jail for that shit. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I had cancer. I smoked a joint. Yeah, that's why I'm in jail.
Oh yeah, that was back in the 70s.
Fuck.